Hello folks, in today's video we will discuss about async await in JavaScript that makes working with promises much easier. So we have already learned about promises. If you want to learn about promises, you can refer to this video. So now let's move forward. First of all, I will write one function. Let's name this after 1 second. And I will return one promise in this function after 1 second. And let's also give one input value. And here I will return new promise. And as we already know, promises have two arguments, that is resolve and reject. And the two of these are two functions. So now first of all, I will create one set timeout function over here, and I will give the time as 1 second, that is 1000 millisecond. And here I will check if we really have any input value or not. And if we have any value, I will execute my resolve method with some value, let's say resolved with, and whatever value we got. And let's also console log something, console log resolving. And let's say we don't have the value, then we will go to the else part of the code, and here we will simply invoke the reject method with the value, let's say no value to return. And we will also do one console log, and let's write over here rejecting. So this is a function that returns a promise. Now I will create one variable called small p promise, and here I will assign this function after 1 second. Okay, it's a 1 section, it should be 1 second. Let's make it 1 sec, and let's give the value of 5. So now after 1 second we are getting resolving, which is absolutely correct because it has a value of 5. If we give no value, it will write rejecting. Okay, so let's give a value of 5, and now we already know how to work with promises. So we can simply do promise.then, and this will move to our result part, and here we have a result, and we can simply console log our result. And it's saying there is some syntax error. Okay, now this is good. And our result is this resolve with 5. So we are getting our result. And if we want to move to our catch, our reject part, we will do catch, and here we have an error, and we can simply console log error. Now this doesn't have an error, however if we remove the value, it will give the error. And also in promises there is a finally part which will be invoked no matter what. So let's write here something. Let's write console log this is finally invoked. And now what happens is this will be invoked no matter what. So this is how we used to work with promises. Now we will see how the same thing can be done with async await. So first of all, I will simply create one function, and let's name this async function. This is only the name, and here I will return something. Let's say return hello world, return hello world. And now we know that we can create one variable, let's say hello world, and here let me simply assign this function. And if we log out this hello world, what we will get? We will simply get hello world. Okay, let's just comment out this parts, it's getting in the way. So we are getting hello world. However, if we make this function an async function, what will happen is we are getting one promise, and the promise type is fulfilled, and the promise result is hello world. So this hello world is being passed inside a promise. So this is what is happening because of this async keyword. So this is like telling us that this function will return one promise. And now we can also do one more thing. So let's say let me create another function that's called async function, and let's name this process data. So I would like to process this after 1 second data inside this async function. And here I will pass two arguments. The first argument will be one function, and the second argument will be one value. So what happens is, let's say we have one function here after 1 second, but let's say we have another function after half second. And here what we will do is we will change the time to half seconds. And okay, rest of the things we can keep the same. And okay, again a syntax error at line number 43. Okay, yeah, because we haven't written anything. And so what happens is in this one, what we want to do is let's create one result variable, and in the result variable I would like to assign the function with this value, and then let me simply console log something over here. And now when we let's console log this part, it's not needed anymore. And now when we let's say invoke this function, what happens? So let me simply directly invoke, and now the first argument will be func. So this can be any of the two functions or any other function we have written. So let me simply write after 1 second the first one, and let me give the value of 5. So what do we get? We get something, and then after 1 second we are getting this resolving. So what happens is this something is executed first. However, if we keep an await over here, what we will see is first we will get the something resolving, and then we will get the something. So what this await does is, this await is telling that wait for the promise to be either resolved or rejected, like wait for the promise to be settled, only then execute the next line. So this is what this await is doing, and this await should only be coming with the async. So async will return one promise, and there if we do the await, it will wait for the promise to be settled, and only then it will execute this something and all other code, whatever code we have. So this is what this await keyword does. It is like behaving in a way that this code is synchronous, but it is not in fact synchronous. Now we will see how we can catch errors inside this async function. So we can simply use a try catch block, and I will move all of these 3 lines of code in the try block, and in the catch block I will simply write log of we got an error, and I will simply console log this error. And now to get an error, let me simply change the value to val, and as you can see we got a reference error, value is not defined. So this is one way, but there is another way we can get the error also, and that is how we used to get error for promises. And so after process data 1 second, 5 seconds, okay, value is not defined, okay, let it just keep as it is, and here we can do one catch, and here I can simply log out this error. And as you can see, okay, let me just, okay, as you can see the value is not defined and we are getting the same error. And we can also do one finally over here, and let's write simply I am finally executed. And yeah, this kind of syntax errors are like very annoying. Let's remove the semicolon. Yeah, I am finally executed. So as you can see, this is the very simple way we can also catch errors inside this async functions. So yeah, that's it for async wait. This is a very important concept in JavaScript. We will use this all the time for fetch, for many other things. So we will discuss all of those things later. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.